It's a necessary part of parenting, but doesn't have to be done before the baby comes.
That's right. Joining us now is parenting expert Kitty Aki with a few tips to baby-proofing your home. It can be overwhelming, but you're saying we have time.
Yes, you have time. Babies are not mobile until 6 to 12 months, so you do not have to do this before the baby comes, and you don't have to do it all at once. It can be done in stages. So the first thing I say, most important, is to cover your outlets and lock away chemicals. So anything that's cleaners, alcohol, you want to lock that up. As far as outlets, these cheap little covers will do, but I really prefer these smart covers because they snap into place. So they're still functional.
Oh, I haven't seen these. This is what I've got currently all over.
Yeah, and those are fine, but this, it's like you can still use it, you know, and it just snaps back into place.
The problem with these, I think my kids would snap these off, and then you lose them.
Yeah, or if you have to use the plug and then you put it back on. Yeah, so definitely I like the smart covers. Number 2, I would say buffer sharp corners and edges. Now, blunted corners like a bookshelf, you know, bumps and bruises will happen. But if you have like a sharp glass coffee table or something where they could get really injured, you want to buffer those things, and you can buy pads, or we just used bubble wrap and tape. And that's fine too. If you do have a sharp, large object like a glass coffee table though, I always recommend just removing it. That way baby has more space to play.
I like that too.
And it's just easier.
Well, and it's just a phase of life. You can have nice things later.
Yes, no for now, not forever. Number 3, remove delicate items. So those beautiful little trinkets, they look lovely in your living room, but they will not be lovely or safe when they get broken. So consider just stashing them away until baby is older, or just put them up high.
Well, here's a good idea. Saray has a hack. When it comes to the Christmas tree, I just said,
this
year, my little almost 2-year-old pulled off a bunch of ornaments. We had some break. It was fine, but what can you do?
So you use those playpen plastic gates. And so we ended up not baby-proofing the baby, baby-proofing the tree, so we put it around the tree.
That's a genius hack. I love that hack. And like that, with any large items, large furniture, desks, dressers, things like that, you do want to have them anchored. And so that's one of the most important things, is you don't want baby pulling something heavy onto themselves, because they are going to start pulling up, cruising, and you don't want something big coming on. The biggest thing for me in baby proofing, and when we were in the baby phase, was creating a yes space. So a completely safe zone where baby can explore, because babies are naturally wired to explore and discover, and you don't want to have to constantly be saying, no, 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 don't, and pulling them off furniture. You want them to be able to be safe. So this could be the toy room, this could be their playroom, this could be the living room, but just one area that's completely closed off and safe. And the goal is that you could leave and they would be safe. Even if you got locked out, God forbid, for like an hour, maybe they'd be hungry or cranky or wet.
But they'll be safe and alive.
But they'll be safe.
And that's peace of mind for mom. And that's huge.
And
at
it's
this stage.
huge both for mom and baby, because you need to take a shower, you need to go cook, or whatever you need to do. But also alone play is so important for baby. Just like tandem play helps with bonding and development, alone play helps them process their day, and it helps them with independence. So you actually want them to be alone for short periods of time when they're babies. So it's good to have a safe place. And I want to stress that an almost safe space is not a safe space.
No.
It has to be 100% safe, where you know nothing will happen if you leave the room.
Right, because otherwise you're doing the back and forth and you can't get anything truly done, because you are doing
because you're worried. If there's a cord or if there's an outlet or whatever, every single thing needs to be safe so that they can be, and you can use these baby gates
for creating that safe space.
For creating that, and that way you don't close the door and they can still see out or call you or whatever, but that way you have it closed off. And so just like creating this yes space, it's what I talk about with baby proofing in increments. So you can start with 1 yes space, then expand to 2, and then keep expanding until you open the whole house when it's appropriate, and that way you're not doing the whole house all at once.
Well, it is amazing how it changes every few months, and how different kids are. Again, my first one didn't climb on things, but Link is like all over.
So then you have to anchor and make sure that the furniture's
So there's so much to keep in mind, but you can just do it in small stages and small areas to start.
I like that, bite size from room to room. I like it
and give
so
yourself
much.
time.
Kitty Aki, where can we find all the great advice?
Yes, we have a ton of things for motherhood on thedenmother.net. You can also follow me on Instagram at @the_Kitty Aki, and download the Den Mother podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
Good tips. We love when you are here.
Thank you.
Baby proofing and the Christmas tree.
And the Christmas tree.
That was a great one.
Yeah,
I love
right?
that one. Yeah.